Welcome back to WRPL. It's the podcast where we talk about all the things we were watching, reading, playing, and listening to. My name is Ben.
And I'm Steve.
And we have, once again, a very special guest. Making his fourth appearance? Nick. Good friend Nick. I wish you had, like a stage name of some kind, but just saying, like, Nick. It's just, I can't say your last name. I don't want to dox you or anything, but it's like, it's Nick.
Also, it's like, who else would it be? It's the only guest you guys have had. So.
Our only listener, our only friend. Yeah. Well, today, even though we had a big gap, we didn't do anything last week, we're only going to be talking about Trap and Deadpool and Wolverine, because I'm sure we all have plenty to say about both, and it will take up plenty of time. But as always, let's start with a roll.
16. All right. About time I got a good one. I feel like it's been a minute. 8. Ooh.
I'm half the man Steve is.
All right, Nick. Get on in there.
A 5.
5.
All right.
You know,
I'm better than Nick.
It hit the chord. It hit the chord. We'll blame the chord.
That's always the excuse.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any news, I don't think. Actually, no, I do have some news, and it would...
You're pregnant.
It ties into our main topic. San Diego Comic-Con happened. There's a bunch of announcements. Did you look at any of that?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only thing I really
Robert
saw.
Downey Jr. is going to play Dr. Doom. What are your thoughts?
I get it. I don't care.
Do you think it's just a shit, we're not doing so good, let's bring back our biggest star? Or do they have a good idea for this?
I imagine it is a solid idea that they're hoping will be a great one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with faltering fandom, and makes sense to bring back your
cash cow.
your messiah
Yeah.
of Marvel. But just let the old man be.
I know.
You know,
But
I am not against anything until I see at least a trailer. So okay, but I'm not excited for it either.
yeah, as long as he's a variant, he's not the Doctor Doom. I want them to defeat him. They kill the multiverse. We're done with it. The Fantastic Four are now stuck in our world, and then the true Doom arrives. I just don't want this to be the one and only. But I've heard, well, he doesn't have to be Tony Stark has turned into Doctor Doom. He can just be Robert Downey Jr., the actor, as Doom. That he will be under a mask. Doom rarely ever takes his mask off. What if he is just playing Doom and he's not have any connection to Tony Stark or Iron Man or anything? He's just playing someone else. You know, Oscar Isaac played Apocalypse. He played Moon Knight. He played a third one. Can't remember, but like, people have played multiple roles, not usually in the same universe. But what if they just said, he's got the gravitas, he has the voice, let's just make him Doom, but not connect it to anything else?
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see something. Like it's just so little information, and it's all there to like get you speculate and be like,
and that's why I bring it up for speculation.
But most speculation's fucking dumb. Let's just let the art speak for itself.
All right.
I can't imagine they would be paying him. I think it's $80 million
for
to not use his face.
2 movies.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna be behind a mask. I wouldn't think that. But the variant thing is obvious.
Yeah.
Like, I think that'll be. But I'm not excited.
Did you watch the Fantastic Four trailer got leaked? I know they barely started filming, but they shot some stuff to make a trailer. It's grainy. It's not the greatest quality, but it looks like a lot of fun. Like, Mr. Fantastic gets his name because he's hosting a TV show, like he's a Bill Nye or Mr. Wizard, and they call him Mr. Fantastic on that because he's teaching kids science and stuff. So that's where he gets his name. You get to see Galactus at the end, just a big face looking through a window.
I did see that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that, but
Like
I just assumed it was all... I haven't seen the trailer or anything,
Yeah.
but I assumed it was all just fake, screen culture bullshit. Yeah. Where they're just like, the new Fantastic Four trailer dropped 4 years before it's supposed to come out.
Yeah, I mean,
1 million views.
Is it 4 years?
No, it's
No,
next year.
I just...
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
It's next year, and they said they were starting filming after Comic-Con, and it's supposed to be out June or July of next year. Like, damn, they better fucking hurry up, because it's coming out within a week or two of the new Superman movie, so they're going to be the big competitors of next year's summer. So they better get on it. Anyhow, there's some other announcements, but there was nothing special. So,
Cool.
all right, let's talk Deadpool Wolverine first.
Sure.
Okay. Now, Steve, Nick has not seen X-Men 97 still.
Okay.
So if for some reason you were bringing up any sort of parallels of anything, just don't. He still has to catch up on that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not that there
My
is,
bad.
but I could just see a slip up of something, maybe even from me.
I wouldn't cry about it if it happened.
No, you need to see it just fresh. You've gone this long without any spoilers for X-Men 97.
Yeah, somehow. Honestly,
That's crazy.
Somehow.
I guess the hype is done now, so we're
Or
moving
I
on.
may have seen some, but I scrolled past it so quick because I was like, "That's X-Men related,"
Yeah.
and I've forgotten it, thankfully. So
Yeah. Okay, well, highest grossing R-rated film of all time.
no
Like,
surprise.
6th highest grossing weekend worldwide of any movie. Like, it's breaking all the numbers. Not surprising. Everyone knew this is going to be the highest, or could be the highest grossing film of the year. I think it was at over 800 million. And this is just the second weekend. That's crazy.
Wow.
It took a while for Inside Out 2 to get to the 1 billion and be the highest grossing animated film of all time.
It's number 10 on the list of all
Of all
movies.
time?
Yeah, and it's still making money.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Not surprising. I did kind of predict that, but I also thought Kung Fu Panda 4 would do well. And I also said Dune 2 would not do well. So what the fuck do I
Yeah,
know?
you're bad at
And I
predicting.
thought Twisters was gonna bomb because I thought it looked bad, but everyone's sucking those tornadoes.
I had a feeling it was going to make money, just not be good, and I'm glad I'm right on that. At least at this table, we're a bunch of Twister haters, you know?
Twisters haters.
Twisters haters. I'm sorry. Yes,
Twister.
yeah. What is it like? If there are no haters on Twisters, then I'm dead. You know?
What?
What?
No, it's like if so and so has no haters, that means I'm dead because I will always be a hater of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me explaining memes is really good.
Yeah,
as an
yeah,
old
yeah.
man.
What's a meme?
It's those memey things. So I don't know. There's so much. Okay, I'll start with this. I was gonna see this a second time, maybe this weekend or even
I think
last weekend.
Me too.
But I've seen this movie so many times already from
Me.
TikTok and
Like,
Instagram.
meme? Oh my god.
Like, we'll get to it. But like all the big parts that you want to see again, I have seen again multiple times. My favorite jokes, I've seen multiple times. I don't think I need to see this movie until it comes out and I purchase it. It kind of almost, it's good advertising, but it also, it's taken away sales too. I feel like I've seen it twice now. There's no need for me to see it again. So I'm not gonna see this again. But initial thoughts, Steve.
Well, I'm not going to see it again because I don't have time to see it again.
Oh, that's true.
But if I was going to rewatch a movie this year, it'd probably be this one. Because I had a blast. I enjoyed it all the way through. I have like just one, I think, major gripe. But other than that, I laughed. I had a good time. It was cool seeing all the things that played out. Yeah, I just thought it was a bunch of fun,
Yeah.
and I thought that there was some emotional beats that genuinely kind of worked.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, minor gripes here and there, but other than that,
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah. Nick.
I pretty much feel the same. I do have minor gripes, and I know I told you. I think I
We talked about this last weekend. So.
I nodded off a little bit here and there, so I'm definitely going to see it again. But I'm not in a rush because there's so much stuff coming out. But yeah, no, I think it's a lot of fun. You both know I don't like Deadpool very much.
Yeah.
I don't like Ryan Reynolds
Nope.
very much, and he is on 110 in this movie. With the jokes, the wittiness,
quippiness.
the quips. Yeah.
But I didn't find it nearly as grating. Rewatching Deadpool 2, I was like, fuck.
I
This
think-
is why I do not like Ryan Reynolds. He is so grating. But I think having Wolverine next to him really smooths him out.
That's what I was about to say. Having Hugh Jackman who's the polar opposite of how he is, to play off of, that definitely helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it, a lot of fun. I liked it more than I thought I would, and there was definitely things I did not see coming, which is crazy how they kept stuff from us, and the marketing for this movie showed us so much, but there was still a lot that was held back. So that was good.
Yeah, I think it is a hell of a time. Not every joke works. Not every action scene is the best. The story and the villain isn't the strongest, but it doesn't matter. Who cares about how good a story is in a Deadpool movie? You're here for the jokes and pretty much for this one, the cameos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm mainly here for Wolverine,
Yeah.
but and it just works, and it's just a blast. I really would like to see this with my roommate because she has not seen the Deadpool movies, only has passing knowledge of X-Men stuff, just to have her lean over every 10 seconds like, what the fuck did they mean for that? Who is that person? Why is Channing Tatum in here?
I think there's people who do watch all those movies who might not
still
get those.
may not get that.
That's for movie
I love
source,
the
I think.
insider baseball sort of behind that.
Yep.
Let's start. Favorite joke?
So specific.
I mean, because my favorite joke, I'll go first so in case anybody takes it, was just Gambit's accent and Deadpool saying, "Who was your voice coach?"
I was gonna say that.
Minions.
That's what I remember the most.
That's the best joke. If you don't have one, that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's just like I remember laughing a lot, but then I just like I can't.
It's so much.
It's like I laughed and then the joke has like escaped me.
I really liked Nice Pool's fourth wall break. And just turning and saying the
proposal, yeah.
That's just like a good, fun joke. I would say the thing that I don't like the most is I saw a graph of there's 189 uses of the word fuck in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we got one in Guardians 3 and then 188 in this one.
What is that?
I think it's like it makes sense in, say, the South Park movie, where it is all about censorship and naughty words and things like that. And this is just excessive, and fuck doesn't have to be used as a, accentuating.
That's my one major gripe of this movie is just fuck is said too many times.
Too many times.
I don't have a problem with fuck, and if it's an R-rated Deadpool movie, I want to hear some fucks in there. But just the amount that it's said, I'm like, it loses a lot of luster very quickly.
100%.
Even though it is a word that has many uses.
Sure,
so I feel like,
All right.
Wait, I picked a joke.
Okay,
actually.
good.
The joke that I liked we talked about this, was the Blade Trinity reference of like Wesley Snipes hating Ryan Reynolds behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was great. I love that.
And then follow up with another good joke of, well, I guess it's a little bit later with Blade, I'm the only Blade, there will only ever be one Blade, and Ryan Reynolds just making a funny face. Which is a funny joke at Mahershala Ali's Blade. Never gonna happen. It's not gonna. He's gonna get too old and he's gonna walk away. Disney's gonna scrap it and they'll go, we'll come back to it. So it's funny on that. But also, there's been a second Blade. He had a show. What was his name? Like Sticky Fingers or something like that.
Yeah.
I think
One's counting
I know no one counts that, but that seems like such a Deadpool thing to reference. I mean, well. You're like one of potentially 3, but no one watched Blade.
No.
Spike TV.
Now I kind of want to.
I know. I wouldn't mind watching it. I heard it's not a terrible show, but those early 2000 days comic book things were
especially
not
on TV.
Great. Yeah.
And I have a joke now.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's my favorite one, but I don't know why I enjoyed it so much. Maybe just because it seemed like the most Deadpool thing to do at the time.
Yeah.
But without spoiling, at the very end, at the door where he's like doing the Spock thing, and then he's just doing his like pretending to fly, and like it's just like the world is like about to end, and he's still gonna do this like stupid little bit. That was probably one of my favorite jokes.
Yeah, that's good. Let's talk about Wolverine. He's so good in this. This is probably the best he's been as Wolverine.
Yeah, he's fantastic in this. I don't know if it's one of those things where it's because it's all jokes and unseriousness. When the seriousness does happen, it seems more impactful, yeah, or if it's just he's just that good. Maybe it's both, I don't know, but I thought he was great in this movie.
I agree with this. I saw it put, but I can't remember who, but like X2 is probably the best X-Men movie that Wolverine is in. Logan is probably the best X-Men movie about Wolverine, and Deadpool Wolverine is probably the best Hugh Jackman has been as Wolverine.
I could see that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and he doesn't only get the emotional stuff. There's emotional stuff with Deadpool too. Yeah, a lot of it's played for jokes, but even him just losing Vanessa, which I gotta say, he went back in time to save her in Deadpool 2. He goes through a lot to save that relationship. And they break up anyways?
Did they give us a reason why they broke up? I can't remember.
I thought it was he got so depressed because he couldn't get into the Avengers that she left him because he didn't find any purpose.
Oh.
Is that?
So the movie makes it seem like he is so down on himself that he is unpleasant to be around, and she wants him to do something with his life.
Oh,
But really, it wasn't. It was Charles Xavier's sister,
Cassandra.
Cassandra. Thank you. I couldn't think of the name. Like went back in time and made him think that she was like being really shitty to him, and so he's just like, that's what sort of.
She went back in time and
Well, when she did the mind thing, it was like really sketchily presented. But remember when she goes into his mind?
but he was saying like she didn't say that. I think she was making him think maybe she said those things. I don't think she actually went through time.
Oh, see, I took it as like she went back, made her say that too, or made it seem like she said that to him. So he took it, and I was like, that's why they broke it off.
But to what end? Why would she do that?
Because she's a evil person.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I think you misread that.
I don't know. We'll see.
Favorite cameo?
I mean, it's probably pretty hard to beat Channing Tatum because
they're all so good though.
Yeah.
Even Elektra, like I don't like Elektra.
Did not see that coming.
I don't like that actress, but it was so good to kind of see her and kind of just be in on the joke of like, yeah, my movie sucks, whatever. I'll collect a paycheck.
Yeah, I don't think any of them were bad, but I mean, I think Gambit's or Channing Tatum's is used the most effectively.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's was the most surprising as
didn't
Cowboy Deadpool.
Didn't catch that.
I was like, oh, that's weird. Didn't expect that. Kind of like a Brad Pitt get from Deadpool 2. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you can beat Channing Tatum.
Okay. Yeah.
He's just so funny. He's just so funny in this.
And I like that they all were willing to just kind of rag on themselves. But they shouldn't have revealed X-23 in the trailer. And I know they said something stupid about, well, she wanted to go to the premiere, and if she was at the premiere, then people would realize she was in it, so you might as well just spoil it anyways. Like, what? She can't be there to support Hugh Jackman, who was last we saw was in Logan. Like, that's a really stupid excuse.
Yeah, there's people who aren't in the movie who get to go to the premiere all the time.
It makes no sense. If Chris Evans showed up to any other Marvel thing, they'd be like, oh yeah, because he's in this shit.
Just tell the truth. You wanted to spoil as much as you could.
Yeah.
Because the more you show, the more people are going to go see it. Like, hearing how much money this movie made makes total sense because they made it seem like if you don't fucking see this movie, you're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to watch this movie. This is the biggest movie ever. Like, everywhere you look, there's an ad for it. So, yeah, I think they just wanted as much possible hype.
Yeah. And I'm surprised there wasn't more cameos. I actually expected all the X-Men to be back in this. I thought we would get more obscure things like Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. I don't think they should have killed off Punisher off. I mean, and maybe they couldn't get him. Thomas Jane.
God, I would love to see Thomas Jane.
That would have been great. And I know they mentioned like, oh, sorry, Daredevil's dead and Elektra doesn't care. Very funny since they're not married anymore. But apparently they actually went to Ben Affleck and he couldn't do it. So then they went to Elektra. But I wanted a few more of these. Some deep pulls. Get fucking Man-Thing from that direct-to-video Man-Thing movie. I guess She-Hulk was supposed to be in this, but they cut her. You have like two fourth wall breaking people working with each other. I think that would have been fun. In hindsight, there's really not a lot of cameos in this. There's a lot of fun connective stuff, but not a lot of like you go, oh, but what about the Deadpool Corps? Well, we don't know any of those characters. We've never seen them before. They're not cameos. They're new characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would. And anyone that you wish you could have seen, Ang Lee's Hulk.
I think I said that.
Yeah, you got a little on your lip.
But I know that we said.
But that's a universal thing. So
we haven't even got a Hulk movie in the. There's no.
Yeah, there's no way we're doing that. Yeah.
No, I mean.
Howard the Duck.
No, because we got Howard the Duck cameos all the time in the Guardians movies. I know you're talking about like
the original Howard the
Duck. No, I didn't need any more cameos. I don't know if at a certain point I think it would have just taken away from the movie, or you're like extending runtime, or just like, well, we really. If there was if the portals opened up. And there was just like 1 30-second shot of just like everyone possible.
Yeah.
Like none of them got dialogue. It'd be like, wow, I can't like, that would be kind of, I could see that being kind of cool.
Okay.
But just to like have everyone pop in everybody do like one line, one joke, whatever. Or one action scene. I didn't need all of that.
Okay.
I think the movie works with what it is.
Oh, I I kind of forgot about the Chris Evans Human
Oh,
Torch.
yeah,
that was such a great
that's a
reveal.
great one.
Oh god,
I remember hearing people say that's what should happen in it, and like, oh, wouldn't that be a funny
maybe they saw that
switch?
and they were like, let's
Yeah.
do it.
But I totally forgot. I thought it was going to be Captain America.
Me
I did
too.
not expect Human Torch.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Well, we should have known because he wasn't as buff either. He
That's
was like,
true.
He was normal Chris Evans.
Yep.
So because I had to wait a few days to see this, that was the one thing that was spoiled for me immediately. It's like the movie came out Thursday. I went on YouTube on Friday, and like the first thumbnail that popped up was like Chris Evans in the movie. I was like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I was like, all right, but he was like in his Fantastic Four uniform, so I knew that was
and
coming.
they brought out all the cameos at San Diego Comic-Con. Like, why would you do that?
Because they made $800 million, so they're like, everyone has already seen it.
But I feel like Deadpool's always made money. The two previous Deadpool movies are some of the highest rated R movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to sell this movie. The amount of ads and billboards and everything for this is like detriment because, yeah, they're going to make $1 billion, but they had to spend $250 million in order to get that. And then you take the budget. Well, now they only made about $500 million. I know, boohoo, wow, $500 million. But I just feel like they could have made a lot more. You don't need to advertise this movie past the first two trailers. Really past the first one trailer.
Yeah.
We're definitely not the only people that think that. I have on my other Instagram where a lot of people talk about movies. Most of the consensus leading up to this was like, of course I'm going to see this movie, but I don't. You're showing me way too much.
Yep.
So
that's just how I feel about most trailers now.
Yeah, but this was
excessive.
excessive. Yeah.
And it was before so many movies leading up to it, like the Speak No Evil movie. I may not go see that. Just because it's before every movie I've seen, and I'm so sick of it. And I saw the original, and it looks beat for beat the same thing. Well, it's like 20 minutes longer, so you know they're gonna have some big action sequence.
Just James McAvoy playing Split Guy again.
I love James McAvoy.
I do too.
Why didn't we get like two Professor X's coming in on wheelchairs to have like some psychic battle with Cassandra Nova? What do you think of Cassandra Nova?
Who was that?
The villain?
Oh, the
the bald lady, Professor X's sister.
I already forgot her. So
she's a fine throwaway villain. I think Deadpool kind of hasn't all of his kind of movies just been throwaway villains. Like, you really care about Francis
Cable,
or
the Fire Kid.
Yeah,
it's like they use Juggernaut, but
like, you don't go to Deadpool movies for the villain. Although I think that would help the Deadpool movies if you had like a villain we connect with.
Yeah.
But she was fine, I guess. I think the actress was good. I don't think the character really did anything all that interesting. It was just, here's a super powerful being that we can't fist fight because they're two fist fighting guys.
Yeah.
So, but hook her up to a machine and we save the day at the end. It's the classic beam in the sky kind of thing, but just in like in a room.
Yeah. I think she's fine, but they should have kept her in the void. There's no reason for her to want to try to come out and rip apart all the other universes. The motivation is stupid. And why would she stop? What's his name? His name's not Morbius or Mobius. Paradox. Why would she even stop him from doing it? He's doing what she wanted, what she's gonna do, right? So why?
Well, it's just like they made a deal. You broke the deal, so because I'm a bad person, I'm just gonna destroy
everything,
all the things.
All right.
So bad guy logic.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think she played it well, and I like her powers.
Yeah.
And I like that, even though they were like, all right, let's make a deal. We'll let you do that. She's like, nah, you take this thing off, I'm going to kill you. So you might as well just kill me now. And I like the use of her powers going into people's faces. That was a good use.
Really cool.
That seemed like a Scarlet Witch thing that she would have done. But now she just broke Professor X's neck. Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Wolverine's costume, his helmet or his mask. Good? Bad?
I liked it.
I was unaffected by it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't love it when I first saw it.
It didn't blow me away, but it was cool to see. To at least get it one time. I think that from the neck down, all that looked great.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's a weird mask because it works in comic books, in video games, in cartoons.
Yep.
But just seeing it live action, you're like, why the fuck would anyone wear this?
Blowjob handles.
And just blowjob handles.
I do think the little fans or the fins stick out just a little too much. They could be a little more closely cropped, maybe a little smaller. But after seeing it multiple times, I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good looking. But doing the white eyes, just like with Ben Affleck's Batman, it takes away. If you told me that was cosplay, I would have believed it. It does. As soon as you can't see Hugh Jackman's eyes, you kind of forget that it's him.
Mm-hmm.
So, you were gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, I think if this was his suit, like permanent suit in multiple movies in a franchise, it would be a lot for me to have to look at, I think.
Sure.
But just seeing it and knowing that we wanted to see it, just for this one movie, which I hate to say this because I did like this movie, but this movie doesn't feel like a movie to me sometimes. It's just like how many references and things can you throw together, just make it as fun as possible. And I think his costume being in a movie like that, it's just like, here's all the things that fans want.
Yeah.
So we got it for a while. But if like he was going to keep being Wolverine and he was in this bright yellow suit and all the other X-Men movies like moving forward or something,
You wouldn't like
I don't
that?
think I'd want to see it forever. I would want it to get darker. And I know we got that shot of him in the brown suit. I'd almost prefer that one.
Oh yeah,
That brown suit.
The brown
nice.
suit is his best suit.
Yeah.
Darker, maybe make it like kind of dirty. You know, like the Man of Steel suit, like they darkened it down.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that. But this suit for a whole franchise would be a bit much.
It is a bit bright, but I think if we saw Cyclops in his suit and everybody having comic accurate, and it's shot in a world where this feels like normal, it could work.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Deadpool has like the best comic book suit of any character ever made. It's just spot on. Yeah.
You're talking about in transition to live action.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't know if I don't know if I could think of any, but like Cyclops' suit at the end of X-Men Apocalypse, like cool, it's comic accurate, but we get it for 2 seconds, so it doesn't really count. I don't know and we've had some good Batman suits.
Yeah, I don't think there's really too many bad Batman suits.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like
nipples,
whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't even think they're like egregiously ugly.
Yeah, they represent Batman very well.
Yeah. Spider-Man's kind of hard to fuck up.
Yeah.
But they're all like, you know what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
But the Deadpool one's pretty great.
All right, let's talk. Since we just mentioned the Wolverine variants, 2 things. Little Wolverine is very funny, but shows Little Wolverine doesn't work. You can't have that in a real movie.
No.
He better be a lot broader if he's going to do it. You know.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
He's wide,
like real. Yeah.
So if you can get that, maybe. But
Marvel versus Capcom build.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Yes. 5'6", 5'7" Wolverine. Sure. 5'3". No.
Yeah. 5'3", 5'2" or something.
That's way too small. It's perfect in comics, but live action, no. He just looks ridiculous.
Yeah, when you're going up against everyone in these movies who are all like 6 foot tall, perfect build human beings, it's just going to seem odd if it's the same thing, but just smaller. It would look. It's like, oh, he wouldn't be able to hurt anybody.
Let's just
even with adamantium claws and healing factor.
A Tom Cruise-sized Wolverine.
Yeah,
that's what we need. You know, Danny DeVito's a little too small. You know, Tom Cruise is a good size.
They were talking about Tom Hardy a long time ago.
Yeah.
He's only like 5'8".
Yeah, he's not a big guy either.
That would have been okay.
And I thought, because people want Tom Hardy.
I heard Daniel Radcliffe a while ago.
Radcliffe, like in his show, Miracle Workers.
Yeah.
They have like a Mad Max season, and there's a part where he does like a burlesque thing, and he takes his clothes off, and he was fucking jacked. He looked like Wolverine. And I can see it. It's just, can he get the voice? Because, you can't have a British Wolverine. And can he get angry enough? Can we not see Harry Potter? Because I don't see Harry Potter when I look at Daniel Radcliffe. He's definitely, his face is matured enough, and I wasn't into those. So maybe it'd be easier for me, but I think for some people, like, you're Harry Potter, and that's it. You can't be anything else.
Yeah, it's weird. I could see him playing a serial killer, like a very calm, like, murderer. So it's like, I know he could probably do, like, a more dark-sided character, but I don't see him being like an angry person.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen Imperium with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, where he's a Nazi, right?
Well,
or pretending to be a Nazi.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah. He's pretty serious in that movie.
That's true.
He's got moments to.
He's got chops.
He's a great actor.
He is.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I see him
get to that Wolverine.
Yeah, being a man beast of a person.
Agreed.
And then what's his name? Taron Egerton has been like, because he's not a super big guy, but he's still pretty cut. He's young enough that he could play this for a while. And
Very British accent.
Yes.
Even more than Daniel Radcliffe, but yeah.
I just think if we were going to get the Henry Cavill Wolverine as that sort of fan casting moment, let's get them all. Get all these guys, and then when you have the variation of different suits, different comic periods, you can just have these different actors playing him. I like seeing Hugh Jackman and all these other ones, but I think Cavill is distracting because he's the only one of those.
Mhm.
And if Deadpool did not say, "Oh my God, it's Henry Cavill," I wouldn't have known it was Henry Cavill. Doesn't look like him. Would not have recognized it. I just would have said, "That's a much bigger Hugh Jackman."
You would have noticed as soon as you saw him do the Mission Impossible.
You know what? Like,
arms.
when he did that, I was like, "Was that? It's not exactly like it in Mission Impossible because
Nah.
Wolverine has to pull his claws out anyways. So when the claws pop out when he does it, it just seems like a Wolverine thing to do. So yeah, I think they should have probably cut that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, but
I like the joke. I thought it worked, and it's
but
fun
it's a
seeing.
joke that they have to explain it. Like, did it look like Henry Cavill to you?
Yeah.
Oh God, it didn't look anything to me.
I think I knew it was him.
Really?
They pause on his face long enough for you to like take in the features and be like, "That's him."
Nah, not for me. No.
Okay.
What about the other comic book ones? We said Brown Suit. Brown Suit was good, fighting the Hulk.
Oh, you got just that. I don't know if you count it as a variant, I guess, but there's like a really famous cover of him on the X, and that was awesome.
It was
I
like
love seeing that.
chained up by the Marauders or something on the Sea of Skulls.
Really
it's
cool.
like I don't really know what happens in that issue or
either.
anything, but I recognized it and like,
Same.
what a fucking visual.
Loved it.
The Age of Apocalypse one was probably my favorite, even though I hate that Wolverine because his hair is so fucking big. It's ridiculous looking. Way too big. But I like that comic series. It's one of the things that really got me into X-Men, which is weird because it's like a different timeline with different versions of the characters. But after watching the cartoon and growing up with that, seeing such extremes and Wolverine with his hand blown off is very cool. And then, is there another one?
No, I think that's all of them.
Yeah?
Oh, well, there's the eye patch one.
Oh yeah, patch. Yeah. See, that would have been a good Daniel Radcliffe one. You know, you just give him the hair and the eye patch, and there you go.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He's probably singing on stage somewhere.
Yeah,
so.
it's like a hat on a hat. It's a cameo within a cameo and a variant. Maybe too much. So whatever.
This whole movie was too much. But,
Yeah, it's weird having variants that look exactly the same, but then also having variants that don't look anything like them.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, where do we draw the line
Yeah.
as like what a variant is?
Sure. Yeah.
Or maybe you just don't. I don't know.
No lines in this movie.
Anything else?
Yeah, I know me and you talked about it. I was surprised you didn't bring it up, but I also was frustrated with the lack of explanation of
Wolverine.
Wolverine's,
Thank you
like,
for bringing it up. I wanted to talk about
that.
that.
Really, that seemed lazy to me.
Yeah, they say he's the worst Wolverine, and the worst thing he did was he went and got a beer, and his friends died.
And,
Yeah.
and
He
we,
didn't
we get no explanation
No.
for what happened to
I
him.
thought it was because isn't there a famous X-Men storyline where
He kills all the X-Men.
he kills all the X-Men?
Old Man
Old Man
Logan,
Logan.
where Mysterio makes him think all the X-Men are villains, and he murders them all.
It's been
I
a
would
while
have
since
bet
I-
money that was what they were
It's been
gonna
a while since I've seen Logan. That's not what happened in
No, Professor
Logan.
X had one of his breakouts,
yeah.
and that killed
Right. Okay. Yeah.
the
do.
mutants.
Logan pulls a lot from Old Man Logan, but
Yes,
they also
but it's
a lot of
nothing.
the cool stuff is like we're not doing that. We can't do that.
And I understand why you would cut it if you like, if at the end of the movie the big emotional thing is, hey, you're the best Wolverine.
Mhm.
If you just had a backstory where he murders all your favorite characters, maybe that's irredeemable.
Yeah.
So you have to go like, oh well, I left them to die. I can kind of get that, but like, I don't know. In this movie where they're just like blowing people up and murdering indiscriminately, like maybe have Wolverine like kill all of the X-Men
I think so.
and then show that scene.
Or at least you show it where he's stabbing someone, screaming, and then it reveals it's
Rogue,
Rogue.
yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my god!" Just kind of like he stabbed her before in X-Men 1. That would have been a great little moment. But if you do, I do see that being kind of
Or bring back James Marston. Not James Marston. Jesus
Marston.
Christ, Marston. Yeah. Cyclops.
That could be kind of hard to redeem. And if you're going to do he abandoned him, make him more of a coward. He saw the X-Men getting attacked and saw them getting killed, and he knew he couldn't do anything, so he bailed. Instead of just, well, I wasn't there. They killed him, and I didn't even know what happened. And how do a bunch of humans just sneak up on the fucking X-Men?
Did they say it was humans?
Yeah, they said the anti-mutant humans came to the school and killed them all.
Even worse.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care if it's 1 million humans with pitchforks and guns, Jean Grey kills them all. Cyclops kills them all.
I would have liked this. It could have been like he went out for whatever, comes back, they're getting attacked by a bunch of Sentinels or something.
Yeah, just
And-
show Sentinels above the school and lasers going up. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, there's
and maybe like
nothing I could do.
while he's watching from a distance, deciding what he's gonna do, like 2 of them come right in his face. And he's like, "Oh shit!"
And
Starts
then
his
he has
bike and
to-
peels out.
Yeah.
And when he comes back,
Sure.
they're all dead. He's like, anything. You could have showed that in the flashbacks in like 45 seconds.
Yeah. Or, he shows up to the mansion. All the humans are cheering that they killed him. They're stringing up the bodies, and he kills all these humans. But the news spins it to be like, look how violent these mutants are. There was a peaceful protest, and Wolverine killed them all. They don't mention anything about what the protesters did, and like now he's an outcast, something. But just him going, he went out for a beer and then his friends died. He's the worst Wolverine of all time. Like, Jesus Christ.
What did the guy who's like on the Jesus cross do?
Yeah, what did he do?
That's the Manchester by the Sea plot. Like,
Really?
he leaves his house to go get alcohol, comes back, his kids burn in a fire. And like he can't ever come back from that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I mean, the fire was technically kind of his fault, but
Oh yeah. I mean, he left like the heater on. But
Is that like the end of the movie?
No, that's the start of the movie.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Because I haven't
it's a bummer.
seen it. Like, don't spoil the end
Oh,
for
okay.
me. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
it's a good movie.
It's such a downer. But anyway, we're not talking about that movie.
Yeah, where's the Casey Affleck variant?
I'm sick.
Oh yeah, bring him in as like a Daredevil variant. That would have been so fun.
So random. Now they're just like,
Yeah, whatever.
Cards of
We don't give a shit. Just do it.
I think we all agree that there's no like great action sequence, but do you have a favorite?
You know what? I see a lot of people shitting on the action of this movie.
I thought that's what you guys said at the beginning. Did I might have just made that up.
No, I think I may have said like it may not be like the greatest action.
Okay.
But I like all the action scenes in
Mhm.
this. I think it looks relatively good. Yeah, some of the effects are like when Wolverine jumps through the bus at the very end, you can tell that's just a CG double. I'm fine with all that. Him like running on the ground at the very beginning.
Mm.
Obviously, he can't really do that. But I think my favorite is the van fight.
The car. Yeah, for sure. My
It's
favorite.
got a Grease song playing, and it's just really silly.
Mhm.
Am I wrong? There's a lot of AC/DC in this movie, right? Or am I tripping?
I don't think there's any ACDC.
Or music like that, right? Like,
It's
because I wasn't loving the soundtrack myself. It seemed like they just went down the list of like, these are the kind of songs that we put in these movies.
I mean, I think maybe your brain's so polluted from hearing it in
Maybe.
so many Iron Man things that you just hear it. It's
am Iron Man.
like we got the Madonna song, and there was like a
Oh yeah.
Greatest Showman.
Really big songs.
They were, and like there was that Goo Goo Doll song when like he sees Dogpool again after they all died. Like, why is this song here of all the things?
Pretty wild soundtrack, but
Yeah.
none of the music choices I thought didn't fit. Like I think they all worked.
I think they don't fit, and because they don't fit, that's why they fit. Like a Madonna song,
Yeah, I see
Well,
what
like
you're saying.
sure.
it works
In the
because
context
of
of the
how
movie.
silly that movie is.
Yep.
Yeah, I know you didn't love the Bye 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 intro.
I don't. I see a lot of people.
I love
loving
that.
I don't. It made me cringe, made me uncomfortable. Just watching them do all that stuff. I know I'm supposed to be laughing, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like the opening of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think the opening is the weakest part, one of the weaker parts of the movie, but I didn't dislike that. But it just the CG like opening credits and stuff and how that all flowed.
every Deadpool has
yeah,
like a
I know, and
a big opening like
for
that.
opening credits, it really shouldn't matter to me all that much. But it's just like I don't know, I didn't love that part. And to like open a movie on this egregious violence part, like I know that's kind of
desecrating of Wolverine's body.
I know that's like kind of a very Deadpool thing, but it's just like, okay, we're opening with the most over the top thing.
Mhm.
And I know that kind of like sets the tone, but it also just seems like, ugh. Like I was already, if this is what the rest of the movie's going to be, I'm not going to like this movie. But then the rest of the movie wasn't the opening of this movie.
Okay.
And I think that's a good thing. But I do like the instinct stuff I thought was funny. It didn't bother me at all.
And like I caught it instantly. I think you said you didn't, but that song's in X2 when they're driving away from the school
Mhm.
and turns on the radio. You hear it and they turn it off and they're all like going ugh, because it was like the age of boy bands are fucking stupid and gay, and if you like them, you're a big gay boy. But now all those people are 20 years older and like
Wearing the vintage tees.
I
and
love
stuff.
this
It's cool
shit.
now.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Any last words? Pyro, Toad, and Sabretooth were all reprised by their previous people, but not Juggernaut, not Callisto, not Lady Deathstrike, not Blob. It's supposed to be Blob, but it doesn't. It's just a big fat guy. But and then that guy in the striped shirt who's from the Punisher movie.
Yeah, it took me a second because like they keep showing this guy like I've seen him
That's
before,
awesome.
and then it took me a minute. I was like, oh wait,
But
first
really, you
Punisher
can't
movie.
get that guy back. What's his name? Kevin Nash. He's just a professional wrestler. Really?
He's so old now, but
it's true.
he's good friends. I would assume he's good friends with Channing Tatum because they did Magic Mike's together.
Oh yeah, there you go. And I think what it was is we have to spend so much money on the real cameos. We'll just get stand-ins for. Nobody cares if Callisto comes back or if Kelly Hu comes back. I mean, we don't give a shit about that.
I'm sure some of them wouldn't have wanted to either. You know?
Yeah, and maybe they even asked them, and it just ended up that way.
How would you guys like to reprise your role and make be in the biggest movie of the year? Yeah, fuck it, I'm
like,
alright. I don't need the money.
We're gonna make fun of you and kill you instantly. No, thank you. But I will say that
one day's work, pass.
That final fight with all the cameos and they invade the compound, and that's the worst fight of the movie. It's too shaky. You can't see what's going on. X-23 only uses her foot claw once. That's like the coolest thing about her. Use that claw. But I will say the Gambit stuff looked really good. Like that's what you expect Gambit to do. I wasn't expecting his cards to like explode bodies.
Yeah.
Normally it's always just like plasma that hits against them and it knocks someone back through a wall or whatever. I wasn't expecting so much blood, but makes sense.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
All in all, thumbs up. Best movie of all time. Right, guys?
Yeah, usually this
Will it make your top 10 of the year?
Probably. Here's the thing. The last thing I'll say about Deadpool, it's usually I'm the first person to go like, well, I want to like this movie, but there's no story, or there's a bunch of nonsense, or like, you know, it's really, or it's like it just survives on cameos or whatever. But I think I do like it because one, it is funny, but also it was the character moments that I think worked that really did save it. Because if those character moments didn't work, then I probably would have gone, this movie sucks. And it's just it's like a advertising for all the things that came before, and just like, hey, we're all eating member berries, you know. But I think all the Wolverine Deadpool stuff really worked, and because Hugh Jackman's so great, and Deadpool wasn't nearly as annoying as he was in Deadpool 2 in this, I think it was a happy mix of all the best things we could have expected. So it shouldn't have worked. It should probably be shit on more than it is, but it worked and it's fun and I like it and I won't apologize for it.
And it probably won't be as good in rewatches. Knowing all the secret things, it may feel a little more routine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how'd you guys feel about the final tag reveal?
Oh, that Johnny Storm actually said all that shit.
So, yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
That was actually
anytime Chris Evans is kind of like an asshole is great. You know, Jake Wilder and what's his face from Scott Pilgrim. Come on, Steve.
Lucas Lee.
Lucas Lee. Like, two of his best roles, and he's just kind of a snotty scumbag in both of those, so I like it.
I actually forgot about that last little... That was so funny.
Because I'm sitting there waiting for it to be like, it's got to be like a Fantastic Four thing or something. Like, they're going to pop in and like, hey, guys, what did we miss? And something...
Or that's where She-Hulk comes in, like, hey, what the fuck? I'm your fourth wall breaking person in the Marvel universe. Who the fuck is this guy?
Anytime Chris Evans is on screen is okay
it's
with me.
It's okay by me. Yeah.
You guys are obsessed.
So out of 10, what would you give Deadpool? Or what would you give it a grade? Either one.
Oh, I gave it a B+.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of want to give it an A-.
Yeah.
But like it feels like I should give it a B+.
Yeah. If it had
I'm gonna give it a B+.
A tighter story, or the bigger story made more sense.
Or some of the character moments like worked a little bit more. But, yeah.
It's a whole lot of fun, but it can't really. It's not film. It's not cinema. It's a movie.
You know what my favorite joke is? At least until I think of a different one. Is Deadpool's suit up scene, and then he walks out. He's like, "By the way, your tailor's a predator."
Yeah, it's like after the first smack, I was like, "Man, I hope he gets his butt smacked again," and then it just kept happening. Yeah,
just a full-on cross grab.
Yeah, and I like he was like flirting with one of the tech guys in the TVA. There's some good stuff in the beginning. I think we did talk about Happy Hogan. You know, him auditioning, but like. You want to talk about cameos? I think one of the most obscure one was the sculpture in behind Happy, that constant moving 3-stick sculpture. So you don't even remember it, do you? It's just like one of those perpetual motion things, and it's like 3 sticks and it's spinning around.
Yeah.
It's from Deadpool 2. I mean, Iron Man 2.
Oh.
It was one of the things that like he like tries to stop it, and he's like taking it with him when he's packing up the office.
Right.
Yeah, it's like all these little things. The Captain America shield, that one's obviously a little more obvious. There's a picture of Downey Jr. and Tom Holland.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the picture.
It's just actually Kevin Feige's office that they just put.
It's like the picture that Iron Man looks at when he invents the quantum time travel thing. But in this movie, there's like an Iron Man mask blocking Tom Holland since they don't have the rights to do it unless it's like an official thing with Sony. So that's pretty funny.
So let me ask you this, because this is another thing we could have talked about. But so Deadpool that they pull is from the Logan universe?
Yes, the X-Men Fox universe.
Right, but I'm saying like Logan took place in like
2028.
Wasn't it like 2037 or something, or 20? Well, yeah, just like, does that timeline match up?
No, but I think that's
because it's in a future where humans have like hunted a bunch of
and like mutation doesn't happen anymore because the crops that they grow, it's killed the mutant gene, so that's why there's no new mutants.
It just seemed like this universe is pretty bleak.
Yeah,
and then but like Deadpool's still like just hanging out.
In it.
Oh,
that would have been crazy.
I didn't even think of the new.
In the credits, there's the like loving tribute to all the X-Men universe. They even have Fan Four Stick in there, but there was no new mutants.
That movie's gonna be more forgotten than like any movie.
Then like people go, oh yeah, the Wolverine. I forgot there was one where he was in Japan and he fought a big old samurai robot. I'm like, oh, do you remember the one with Maisie Williams and Anya Taylor-Joy? I'm like, what?
No,
they weren't an X-Men movie. Yes, they were. That would have been fun. At least one of them. Especially get Anya Taylor-Joy.
If she was in this, that would have been cool.
Damn.
You know my favorite joke?
Okay, all right, here we go.
No, I think some of the other ones are still better, but the Furiosa speech, I don't know. I really like that. I thought that was funny.
And like Rob McElhenney was in this, but he got like cut.
I saw that.
He's a TVA agent, but he probably had lines, but they probably got cut.
Oh, all right.
And
that'd be fun for the DVD.
Sure, because in one of the original,
he would be playing Welsh Pool or something.
No, it was a different player. In one of the earlier trailers, there's a part where there's a TV agent with his handcuffs and he's on his knees and he's just like help. And then the big what's his name, Asmogoth, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Comes down and like swoops him, and people are speculating that that's Rob McElhenney because he probably has a line there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but whatever. Now we move on. I think it's time to talk.
Did we talk about Hugh Jackman's abs? No. How old is this guy? Like
56 or something? I don't know.
How do you?
No, he's definitely in his 60s. I'm gonna say 62.
No, he's not 60.
No. Hey, you got the internet that works on your phone. Ours
Echo.
don't.
How old is Hugh Jackman?
52. 56.
Hugh Jackman is 55 years old.
I mean, if it was Price is Right, you would have won. We would have gone over.
55.
55.
And to be in that shape is absolutely insane.
Do you think he will like be in Secret Wars and all that? Make him work till he's 90, like they said.
Until you're 90.
Because that's the whole thing with Secret Wars is all these universes and dimensions get like merged into one. So this will be the biggest cameo thing, and maybe that's why they didn't have a bunch of these people.
I mean, I could see it just for the like money pool or like the hope, but it's like you do the thing where like you have Hugh Jackman say like, oh, you know, I'd be honored to be in it, but I'm not in it, and you not have, and then this is the movie where you introduce the new Wolverine, and everyone's like, oh look, it's Maisie Williams this time as Wolverine.
I don't know. I feel like with how much money this made, they're going to throw buckets of money at him to do it. And you don't introduce the new one because, like, once these two Avengers movies happen, it's kind of a fresh start. And we start from scratch. You don't introduce anything new. The Fantastic Four, they're going to be in it. They're the new things. They're the bridging gap. and then you kill off all the old stuff, and then you start new with new things.
If Robert Downey Jr. can be Doctor Doom, then fucking Hugh Jackman can be Kang, and then you just don't use him as Wolverine anymore. Like, let that character.
Hugh Jackman was offered Iron Man when they were casting it, and he said, "I can't be two comic book characters like that." So that would have
so weird.
But maybe he would have done it. It would have taken off, and he said, "I'm never going to play Wolverine again." And then who knows?
Iron Man the musical.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's get that one.
Why not?
Anywho.
Okay, now can we move on to our next topic?
We're allowed to just bullshit,
right.
man. We're not on any timer.
Well, we're already at 50 minutes, so.
Oh, shit, we had that
I
bracket
feel
to do.
And we have the bracket to do after this.
Okay.
So, all right. But I'm sure Trap isn't going to be a
I was
45-minute
gonna say,
talk.
I don't think so.
All right, we watched M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Trap, with
Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett and Allison Pill, I guess, is the next big star.
Is that their daughter?
No,
That's the wife.
The wife.
Oh.
She was in Scott Pilgrim. She was the drummer.
Oh, yeah.
Another movie where they could not help themselves but play this trailer before every goddamn thing.
It's a good trailer, though.
It is a good trailer.
I like that trailer.
But you can only see it so many times before you get sick of it. A big year for the Shyamalan family. His daughter made the not very good movie Messengers.
Watchers.
Watchers?
God, you're the worst.
We didn't even see it.
I'm an old man! My brain don't work no more! And then his other daughter is
Pretty much the
Lady
third
Raven.
The singer, yeah.
Yeah, the third lead in this movie.
Yeah.
She was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
Yeah.
There were scenes where she was good, and there were scenes where she was not as good.
Story is the cops think that there's a serial killer going to be at this big Taylor Swift-esque concert, and they're going to trap him inside with millions of people inside because they got a tip. They got one stupid receipt as a tip, and they mobilized the entire fucking police force for this.
And thank God they at least gave us that explanation for
Yeah.
the receipt.
Oh,
For
God.
like 45 minutes in this movie, I was just like,
why?
how did they know
Yeah.
he was going to be here? What is their plan?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that helped a little bit.
And then he's wily, and he's gonna
Hilarity ensues.
he's gonna got to get out of this situation. This movie sucks, right, guys?
It's not very good.
It's bad. I didn't hate it.
I would say, and I don't know if you read my little review, I would say it's entirely watchable,
Yeah.
at least once. Like,
Sure.
I'm watching it, I do want to know what is going to happen next, but the whole ride is not a great one.
No.
This movie would absolutely suck if someone worse than Josh Hartnett was in. I think, even though he's not like putting on the greatest performance in the world, I think he kind of like, I don't want to say saves the movie, but makes the movie work enough.
I think he's terrible in this.
Yeah, I think he sucks.
I think,
Really? Okay.
His acting choices are so weird.
Yeah.
But that's
why they work, though.
With all M. Night movies, you look at acting choices for watch Old. Why the hell is anybody acting like that in the line delivery? But this one I think is the most the script is not so strange. Where Old, everybody's like, "Hello, I am a cop and I'm 47 years old. Oh, hello, I am a nurse and I'm 22 years." Like everybody has to state their name, age, and occupation in that movie multiple times. This feels a little more natural, except for Josh Hartnett making the weirdest decisions. And I could see like, oh, I gotta be clever and charming, but I also gotta be dark and mysterious. But his swings are maybe too big and he's too silly.
Yeah. I think you hit it on the head with, like, the line delivery in a lot of his movies, and then maybe the dialogue, too. The combination of the two is so weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, did you guys watch Chris Duckman's review of this?
Not yet,
No.
because I saw he had like a kind of a happy face on it.
Exactly.
And
That's
I
why
was
I clicked on
like,
it.
and he doesn't do negative reviews anymore.
That's
so I was
also
like,
why I clicked on
okay,
it.
I got to see what this guy says, but I didn't get a chance to watch it.
It was only 6 minutes, so I watched it earlier because I knew we were going to talk about this. I don't watch him anymore because I don't like people who are like, if it's not bad, I'm not going to shit on it because I make movies.
Yeah.
Who cares? They're made to be judged. Art is made, it's subjective. So I don't watch him anymore at all. This is my first review of his in a while, and yeah, he likes this movie. Fuck that guy.
I've seen a couple of people going like, this is a blast. This is one of M. Night's better movies. And this is Hitchcockian. And then like,
It is Hitchcockian. That doesn't mean it's good.
yeah, this movie loses me as soon as they leave the stadium.
Yeah, the whole movie should have been the stadium.
Should have been there. And then you think, okay, he rides back in the limo. They get to the house. She does her bathroom thing. And this is the final scene. He has his family tied up. She has to kill him somehow. The end. But then
It just
it
keeps
goes
going.
on. And then he gets away. And then it goes on. And he gets away. And it
That-
keeps going.
How does he get away so many times
Yeah.
once they're at the house?
Yeah.
Where does he get that? I mean, I'm going too far now,
Yeah, but it
like,
doesn't matter.
where does he get that SWAT thing? I love the end of it where it's like he unclips his handcuffs. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you're still in the truck.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You're not going.
He's like,
anywhere.
oh, but that's him. He can get out of all the traps. Ah. And the worst one for me was she's in the limo and like, whew, I'm glad the cops are here. And then he walks up to the limo and goes, hey, limo guy, I'll take her. And he's like, all right. And the limo driver just gets out and gives her to someone else. And like in a normal movie, you would hear like, hey man, what's going on? Hey, and then he would get in. Hey, what's the problem? Oh, nothing. Just a crazy fan. But no, he just tells him, I got this. It's cool. It's like in those movies where they're like, hey, who are you? I'm the new guy, and I was told to relieve you for your break. Well, I'm not going to pass up a break. Yeah. The biggest morons in the movie. But everyone's a moron. He takes like bottles of oil, puts it in the fryer. They show that the fryer is in view of the front counter and all the people in line. Nobody saw him walk back there and do it? There was no way he could have done that without anybody seeing him.
I think if you want to watch this movie with any logic in your brain, you're not going to have a good time because none of this shit would happen.
Yeah.
None of it. There's, you know how many cameras are in that stadium? There's got to be, and on top of the other cameras, they were adding cameras. And you're telling me every time something crazy happened, they weren't like, all right, rewind that. You know, you said it yourself. He's here to make distractions and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are you were the worst. You're all terrible. Worst cops ever.
I'm a police profile and I know exactly what he's going to do. And he's just outmaneuvering you left and right.
Terrible.
Is that a famous actress? She seemed like she would be a
Probably
person.
a BBC actor that's real big. BBC the network.
Yeah. Either or, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
She was big in the 70s, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is one of those cases where I could maybe suspend all belief and just have a good time and like forgive all the stuff that makes absolutely no sense or is dumb or just like unbelievable if like there was any real character work because there you have Josh Hartnett's character who's the butcher. We never see like really any of his victims. We kind of get one shot of a playground where you see like a dismembered body, but it's just covered in sheets. Like this movie should have been like R-rated. He should have been doing all sorts of cool stuff throughout the arena. We should have like really cared about his daughter relationship. But once it gets to the end where he kind of reveals to her that he is a serial killer, we never really see that daughter again. So like their whole like loving relationship of him like talking her through like her troubles at school with those teen girls the teen girl's there with her mom. I thought something would happen with that. That doesn't go anywhere. So that daughter's just cast aside. And then we get this mom character at the end. It turns out to be very important to the storyline, but we have like no real connection to their relationship. I thought that because it's a Shyamalan movie, the twist was she's been helping him commit these crimes this entire time.
Yes,
but
and Alison Pill is the perfect sort of casting where like, oh, she's just a sweet neighborhood mom. No, she's a
because she's not
killer.
famous, but it's like you don't cast Alison Pill if you don't give her like real work to do. And so like she's wasted. And the
pop star like becomes the lead character all of a sudden. Now she's the protagonist, and you think, okay, she's going to defeat him. Or I thought she was actually tied to the killing somehow because she mentions to the daughter like, oh, that's a very nice ring, and says to the wife, that's a very nice necklace. Those were my cousins, and the butcher killed my cousin. That's why I agreed to do this thing because I have some sort of stake. But she's just gung-ho, like, well, this cop told me about him, and now I got to do the thing. When she's walking in that hallway lined with cops, and he's like, I'm going to kill my hostage if you don't, get us out of here. Fuck that hostage. You let him know that guy dies, so be it. He's probably going to die anyways if the bad guy gets away. I hate it when movies do that. Like, I can't let the needs of one outweigh the.
If it was someone she knew,
yeah,
like someone close to her, maybe.
and if that was
And
the
that
whole
would have
thing,
explained why she would be so
Why
willing
she-
to
exactly.
help. It's like he didn't know that he kidnapped a pop star's cousin or
yeah, it just so
whatever.
happened to be.
Yeah. Oh,
And that's why she's.
and that would make more sense. Or like even the FBI profiler who's just like, I've caught these. It's like that's a character who you introduce and like
Yes.
you make us care about their like journey of trying to catch this guy. But it's just like, or like because she's an older woman and she is similar to his mom in a certain way.
Yeah.
There's like all these side characters that you could really do something interesting with, and they're just you do nothing with them. That's my big thing with this. I can forgive the other shit. Don't get me wrong, I'd still complain about it, but I could probably let that go if you just did anything with anybody else.
Yeah.
It's or like you introduced things in this movie where it's like this isn't a character thing, but like the Russ comes out and like does the his rap thing or whatever. The thing stays open. One, why isn't there a team of people who are just like
Yeah.
making sure kids don't
There's
fall?
no cones,
Yeah.
nothing.
The security around this artist.
It's
Once
just
again,
chairs set
Once
up.
again, I can forgive it, but that just seemed like a Chekhov's gun thing of like
Yeah.
at some point I'm going to go down there to get backstage so I can sneak out.
Yeah.
But that never comes back again.
Or
just-
it's used to defeat him. Like he knows it's there and he tries to slip and they lower it and they cut him in half. Like
Yeah.
something.
But there's a bunch of stuff like that. Just like, oh, this could be a real fun thing that happens. Nope, doesn't apply again. Yeah.
And having it at a concert is not the greatest idea because he constantly has to leave to go
Yeah.
do things. And I get it. You're the dad. You don't have to be there for your daughter, but if it was like a county fair where it's a little more open and people kind of come and go, maybe it's not as big of a pop star, then you could have some fun things with the fun house and the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel. But he doesn't use the stadium to his advantage.
Yeah.
And it seems like, I'm going to go onto the roof. Oh, cops are there. Okay, I got to leave. No, I'm going to go here. Nope, never mind.
That scene was hilarious
Yeah.
to me. In my mind, if they're on this high alert looking for this guy, they've got his profile for the most part, what
Yeah.
they're looking for. And this guy comes up on there, and he's acting the way that he was acting, asking the questions that he was asking.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, we got him. He's right here.
Yeah.
Like,
at least bring him in.
Anyone say, let me see your wrist.
Yeah.
Even when they're bringing the guy back, he can't come back here for when they got backstage, which that was a bunch of bullshit too.
Mhm.
None of this movie would happen. But anyway, when he finally gets backstage and the guy's like, he can't come back here. I'm like, no, he's with us. At least be like, okay, check for the tattoo
yeah.
at least or anything. Like,
It's like they don't know anything about this guy, but they see this tiny faded tattoo on his wrist. Who knows? How did they get that information?
and if you're gonna say they have that information, and then you never do anything with it, they're not
Yeah.
even looking for it.
He's like, oh, slap bracelet? Cool. I'm good.
There was a moment where she was like, his daughter was like, "Oh, look at this goodie bag! Look at all these things!
Mhm.
Oh, there's little fake tattoos in here." I was like, "Oh, he's gonna put a fake tattoo over it, and it'll be a different tattoo."
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, shit,
That would have
that
been a
was
good
smart.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people on either side of me when I went and saw this movie, and I feel bad. I'm sorry, but there's many times in that movie where I was just like, "Oh my fucking god!" This employee is gonna bring him all the way back to the t-shirts and just like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about?
And then just say all that stuff. Like, I would never give that much information to a total fucking stranger. I don't care how nice of a customer they are.
there's no. That's like me bringing someone back into like a stock room that
Yeah.
I'm in a store I'm working at, and just a customer, and just
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll get that shirt for you. Why don't you come on with me?"
Yeah. And then, hey, since you're so nice, you get this one for free.
He wasn't even that nice
Yeah.
either. Like, maybe if you'd give us a little more time with the worker and show us that he's such a loser and such
Yeah.
a dweeb and he gets picked on, and then we see
Sure.
even one scene of him like, his other coworkers like, "Look at this fatty," and he's like, or whatever. And then you see that he really wants some friends.
Yeah, something.
Because he wasn't even that friendly to him. I
Yeah.
hate this movie.
Yeah.
I could but with that Jamie character, like him taking it back, fine, whatever. Them becoming quick friends, whatever. But him going like, "Hey man, just wondering, what's the password you guys use?" He's just like, "You see what the password is, Hamilton."
Yeah.
How would he even want to know that password?
It's like just don't do that part.
Or
There's
even-
got to be a more interesting way for you to write how
Yes.
he finds that information
Yeah.
out.
It's like, oh, when, I'm a firefighter, we use this code for, how you have a code blue for a missing child or things
Sure,
like
sure,
that. Oh, as a fireman, we use this and this. What do you guys use in the stadium? Oh, we use this and this. Like, oh, is this the same for what the cops, like you tease it out in a way, not just like, so, what's that password you guys all have? And it's a good thing that wallet had that card in, because he
Yeah.
didn't even know anything about that card.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything about that card. And just like, oh, here's my secret pass. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, a lot of his escape or, just getting out of a situation was, good thing I got lucky.
Yeah, everything
Which-
is luck. Oh, I got to get backstage. That's the only way out of here. Good thing I ran into M. Night Shyamalan and I'm able to give him a sob story to get him back. You think they would have, like, pre-picked that person way in advance, not right before the song's about to end?
No, I mean, because they're all... Oh, you mean like as soon as they're walking in? Because it's all... Oh, you're talking about...
Picking the girl that gets to go on
the
stage.
You're thinking that they would have that person picked before the show...
Maybe
even-
not before the show started, but they would have been scouting people. They would have had a list or something. But it seemed like that song was coming up, and they made the decision, 2 songs before.
Well, maybe normally it was like a random decision.
Maybe- oh,
They
yeah,
just,
that's true.
Shine a
Yeah,
light on
maybe.
some girl and bring her up.
Yeah. Well, that part, whatever, but the idea of just like you see one person who's just like handing out wristbands or whatever he
Yeah.
was doing, and it's like, oh, I got lucky to find the uncle of the singer.
He's like, huh,
It's like-
she's brown, he's brown, huh.
It's like, wouldn't it make more sense if like they saw someone in like a suit doing something important? It's like,
Sure.
okay, clearly that person has some sort of like authority here. I can give them the sob story. It's like you just gave the guy handing out packing peanuts and you're like, hey man, got any clue as to like how I can get this super rare thing that will like be super fantastic for more that everyone's trying to get? It's like, yeah, man, you talked to the right guy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like
Jesus,
when she was
come on.
coming in and like they were all looking down on her at her bus and they were all cheering for her.
Mhm.
Like if he noticed M. Night at that moment,
Yeah.
that's just like
yeah.
a little thing.
Anything.
It's M. Night is so bad because it seems like he refuses to let anybody to look over his scripts
Yeah.
and just like punch it up and figure things out. It's like I'm paying for this all myself because that's what he has to do now since he became like such a pariah. That like, well, this is my script, my movie. Fuck you. No, you're not going to look at it. I know what's best. But like, look at The Visit. Look at Old. Everything is so poorly scripted.
Mhm.
That's his worst. His worst thing.
Yeah.
I will say, I mean, I can't remember a lot of his little roles in his recent movies, but this.
I got you.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
which
I was-
one?
Well, I mean, like he's a cameo in all of his movies,
Yes. I can't remember one for The Visit though. Let's see.
right? I can't either. I can't remember most of them, but I will say I wasn't totally like I didn't hate his.
No, that's fine.
He's getting better, I think. As
Sure,
an
yeah.
actor.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't
he
hate
gives
him.
himself a little bit more to do in every single one.
Yeah, he was. I was surprised. And the rest of this movie was so bad that I was ready for him to be like as bad as he was in his first few cameos,
Yeah.
like Signs.
Yeah.
his cameo in Signs is really
Real
bad.
bad, yeah.
What was his cameo in Signs again?
He was the neighbor.
hitter.
Oh, the guy in the car.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just that scene in the shop where they meet each other and he's just really bad. Like whatever he gave himself to work with in that scene, terrible.
Yep. I'd say my favorite thing was because it was something I thought about while watching it. You guys see the mid-credit scene?
With the guy on the couch.
Yeah.
Because the whole time, I'm like, man, that's gonna be hilarious when he goes and sees who the killer is, and then we got a little scene of that playing out. It wasn't very funny.
It was.
No.
I expected there to be like some actual jokes. 'Cause that guy kind of reminded me of what's his name?
Little Howley. Ben, this is why we're friends.
Yes, that guy.
Breaking Bad guy, the big guy from Breaking Bad. Or
No.
No.
That's I think.
No, the guy from Nope.
no,
No, not
yeah.
Nope.
Get Out.
Get Out.
His best friend.
That comes and saves him at the end.
It's been a while.
The TSA guy.
But anyway, yeah. The whole time I was just like, they couldn't afford Little Rel Howery,
Yeah.
or however you're saying his name.
And he's
so they
like
got this
skinny
guy.
now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Oh,
lost
yeah,
a bunch of weight. But
yeah.
it's like, is this guy a comedian I'm supposed to know, or is he
No,
just
I think it's
an
just a
actor?
guy.
Okay.
Or if at best, probably like a local Philly
Maybe,
comedian.
okay.
Since
Yeah.
M. Night does all
M.
Philly
Night
stuff.
loves Philly.
Yeah. But I hate that mid-credit scene because it just, I mean, the whole movie's kind of a joke,
Yeah.
but you have this series, like, the movie takes a real dark turn at the end and it gets real serious. You have the villain who, is going to probably get away, and then you just undercut it with, like, ha 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 ha. It just, I don't think it
it's
works. I don't know.
I think this movie should have ended after he says, hey honey, the plumber's coming, turn your science project in, son, says something to the daughter, and then he closes the garage. I think we should have heard a gunshot, and that's the end of it.
Mhm.
Like, short and sweet. But it's like, nope, we got 20 more minutes of cat and mouse to do, and it's all
All bad.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like he slipped out of his SWAT uniform and out of the limo and into merch,
Insane.
and no one saw it. He picks the bike up to pull the spoke out, and no one saw. There's 4 cops around him going like, "Hey, don't touch that!" And they don't see him ping, break that thing off.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I think there's probably 100 instances of that would never happen
Yep.
in this movie, and that for me, like I've always had trouble suspending belief in a lot of movies, unless it's the type of movie that I know going into it is
Yeah.
very fantastical, whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, I could not do it. Every scene I was groaning at something.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Is it his worst? I mean, Airbender.
Yeah, Airbender is worse.
Airbender is
But
just
I don't
egregious.
don't want to count that just because it's not really.
It's not like an original idea from him.
Yeah.
But then, like, Old is based off of a comic book as well, so do we count that? I still would because it is
Yeah.
bad, but I love Old because it is bad. It's so bad that it's so stupid and fun, and this is just infuriating. It's not fun.
I feel like if this was done by like an up and coming director that
Sure.
like no one's ever heard of, you go like, okay, there's potential here for like
100%.
the future.
Yeah.
Like this movie, if someone who for whatever reason, everyone we keep giving M. Night chances.
Yeah, because he
And-
funds it himself.
Because
so.
he's giving himself
And,
chances.
you know, I have nothing really against M. Night or whatever,
Mhm.
but it just seems like it's like he's constantly letting us down, and we're constantly going back and just like he won't hurt us this time, but he does.
He made him
but-
breakable, so he can't be all bad.
But
It's
if-
not sound clip. He can't keep getting That's what I kept thinking. all
But if
the
this
time.
was a new director who just
Yeah.
came out and this is his first film, you go like, all right, this actually like wasn't that
Yeah.
bad. So that's why I think like I can live with this movie, but it is a bad movie.
Mhm.
his worst though.
His worst though, I didn't see Old, so
I mean, The Happening. I think. I mean,
Oh.
even if you look at it as like a hate watch, it can be a good time.
Yeah.
But if you
What-
look at it as a movie, it's really.
It is really bad. I don't think you can hate watch Trap. But you can hate watch, say, The Visit. Even though I like The Visit, but The Happening and Airbender, things like that.
The thing with Airbender and even like After Earth, like both
Yeah.
of those two movies are
I always
very.
forget about After Earth,
They are really bad, but
but they're watchable.
there's things about them that I like, so I don't think I would put either of those as his worst, because I've actually revisited those movies,
Yeah.
and I'm watching them like, this is terrible, but like
Mhm.
then an action scene or there's a lot of cool stuff in After Earth that I like,
Mhm.
but they're bad.
I think the only thing that maybe could fight for worse, but I only saw it the one time, is Lady in the Water.
I like that
It's
movie.
like that movie is so stupid. It's so bad.
It is.
It has, like, they just throw out the plot halfway through and do a different plot. It's so stupid.
Reading the
But
cereal boxes.
reading cereal boxes, and M. Night gives himself the job of like, someone's gonna assassinate me, but then my book's gonna change the world. I'm the Messiah. It's like he's so self-important in that. But like Paul Giamatti is really good in that, and Bryce Dallas Howard, she was up and coming at the time. So I think that, and then there's cool practical effects of those.
The scrunts are so cool.
The scrunts.
The scrunts, they're,
Scrun sounds like a slur.
It does.
you're talking about the Tartudic as the monkey looking
Oh,
things that
okay,
come up.
You're a fucking nerd, man.
There's a book, Lady in Water. It's like a very short children's book, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I like things about that movie. So
Yeah, I think because of that, and that I've only seen it once, this may be his worst, not
Yeah.
counting Airbender.
now that I'm going through them all, it's this or The Happening probably.
Yeah.
for me.
But at least, like, The Happening has that scene where it's like, you're trying to kill me. Like, what? No!
and the superfluous bottle of cough syrup, little speech he gives to Zoe Deschanel.
and that one guy that's like, you like hot dogs? I like hot dogs. They're such a fun shape. Like, what are you talking about, guy? And then 2 kids get blown away by that shotgun, and you never see kids get killed in movies, so...
You know what? The Happening is a lot of fun.
You know what? Okay, Happening's going up. I'd probably say I like Happening more than Lady in the Water, but...
I know I've told this story a lot, but the trap at least didn't have microphones hanging in the shots. I've never seen it to this day. I've never seen anything like that.
Is it even on, like, the Blu-rays?
No,
And
they took it out.
Okay.
They actually sent out another reel, I believe. It was like first weekend only.
Really?
And I guess someone caught it. And
Okay.
I was watching it with my dad, and I was like, "That's a microphone." And there's another one. It was really crazy.
It's like, what's it, like the 80s and direct-to-video bullshit?
How did that get sent
I know.
out?
But sometimes when editors and special effects people, they rewatch something so many times, they become blind to so much of it.
I feel like it was an aspect ratio thing. Like, they were supposed to be cropped out,
okay,
and
yeah.
they didn't crop it properly or something.
Speaking of that, I can't remember what movie, maybe it was Oddity, but we were sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden, the masking started to move, and my roommate's like, what the fuck is that sound? And like, oh yeah, they used to do this with movies, you know, they would fix the aspect ratio. Now they don't give a shit, they play it on the screen, and you can see different colors, whites. I miss that, you know? The showmanship of it all.
It's all digital now.
Yeah.
Screens at our local theater, I don't know if you've noticed, there's some that have red dots that are on the screen the whole time.
Yep.
It's terrible.
You can tell when the bulb is dim
Yeah.
on one side. I can't remember what it was I saw. I mean, I see something every weekend, so it's hard to keep track of anything. But there was like, the left side was a little like purplish.
Oh, yeah. That's, I mean, I was going to say, I know exactly what theater
What theater it is.
because I've seen a few movies in there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, every time I see it's in that theater, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to watch a different time. I'm not watching it in there.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah.
I get it, but you guys are a little.
I know. I remember being in movies at the theater and they're like, when the green preview thing comes on, it's like, it's out of focus. And you're like, shut the fuck up. It's like, I pay for this movie. I want it to be presented.
Not a lot because we have the pass, but
I don't
still,
care.
it
I
doesn't
pay for the
matter.
pass. I'm paying for a movie.
Think of the normal people that are spending almost $15
Yeah.
for a ticket, and you can't put the thing in focus. You can't fix these little red dots that I've seen on 3 movies in the same theater now.
And speaking of, our theater had the worst show times for Trap on Saturday. It was like 10:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. Like, what the fuck? So we went up to, shit, it was clean. It was crisp. It was beautiful. It was
We've
amazing.
said 100 times, we wish that was our local.
Yeah.
Ben, don't say crisp, okay? It's not cool.
Don't say crispy.
Oh, God.
That was my scrolling through Reddit to see other people's reaction to this movie. One of the comments it was just like, "This movie was crispy, guys." I was like, "That's pretty funny."
No, it's fried. It's more than crispy. Oh, God.
Oh God, I had one final
Yeah,
thought, but now we went off
final
over it.
thoughts?
Oh, this doesn't have to do with Trap, but I just want to go back one second. I saw Deadpool at a theater I don't normally go to because I was out of town.
Mhm.
It was not a chain or it was a theater I'd never heard of, so I don't know if it's a chain or it's just its own separate thing. But guess how many trailers I watched before the movie started?
Ooh, is it going to be like a 3?
I'm going to say 4 total.
3 trailers. The movie started. I don't remember the exact time it started, but let's say the movie was 11:20. The movie started at 11:28. It was amazing. It was the greatest. It set the tone immediately. I was like,
"This is a good movie. I don't care."
yeah, it could have been Ryan Reynolds up there blowing Hugh Jackman and for like 4 hours. And
But it
started relatively on time. So I was like, fucking, this is the greatest moment of my life.
Like I hate too many trailers as well. But the thing that bugs me the most is the fake out, where you've gotten 4 trailers in, then there's an ad for the military, and then you go back. it's like join the army, and then it's back to trailers, and then you still have to get through that fucking Pepsi
turn
commercial.
Your cell phones off, you fucking or whatever it was.
Yeah, you stupid.
It's funny you guys are talking about that because I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I know I told you when I saw Dune 2 in IMAX up in
Gonna have to blink that.
Okay, up in away a theater I had to drive to. When I went to see Dune up there, it started with no previews at all, and I almost just left. Then I was satisfied. All right, you guys did it. Didn't you? You're a genius.
Did you have any final thoughts on Trap?
I do. It's just a few words.
Okay.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks! My final thoughts.
Yeah, bad. It'll probably be on my worst of the year, I'd say, as of right now.
So grade, number, what would you guys
I'll give it a D.
Since I'm guesting, I'll do letter rating, and I would also give it a D. Yeah.
I'll go D+.
Okay. Because of the crispy line?
Because I think there is potential here for a good movie. It just doesn't exist.
I think the potential gives it the D. I think there's nothing else to it.
Because we know of the potential, and this is what we got.
Yeah.
You get it.
You could say the D+ is because you like Josh Hartnett's performance. How about that?
Yeah.
Even if let's take Josh Hartnett's performance out of it. I just like Josh Hartnett. I was happy to see him again.
Me too.
So you got Oppenheimer, you got this.
The pluses for Josh Hartnett, performance or not.
Just working. Just for him
Just-
working.
Just for him showing up. 'Cause
Well, I
I
mean-
miss that guy.
I mean,
Lucky number 7.
He purposely stepped away. He's like, yeah, I saw how like people my age and being the hot young guy, how they were being treated, and I didn't want that. So I said, fuck off, and just took a sabbatical.
Fucked up.
Yeah,
30 Days a Night.
not a good
Shit.
movie.
Nah,
Not a good movie.
No, 30 Days a Night's dope.
Yeah, what? Wait, you don't like that movie?
I don't like that movie.
We got a whole episode.
There's
to talk
something about
that.
like Shannon Sossaman that I really don't like.
Oh yeah, she is in that, but she's
and-
not in it a lot.
I know, but it was just like I had a thing about not liking her for so long that any movie she was in, I was like, I don't like this movie except for Rules of Attraction. That's why
Knight's Tale?
I don't like Knight's Tale. I saw it the one time during that period, and I was
Knight's
like,
Tale's one of the
this
all-time
movie's
greats. It's a great movie.
stupid. The music doesn't even match the time period. You know, I was an idiot. Okay, and
I
I've
mean,
never gone back to
arguably she
it.
might be the worst part of that movie, but
Yeah.
like that movie's great.
Paul Bettany in that movie.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Chaucer? Anyway.
Anyway.
Cool. All right. Next week is Cuckoo and Borderlands,
Mhm.
so that's good. We could talk about House of the Dragon finale.
Yeah.
Rebel Moon 1 and 2 director's cuts are out now.
The
It's
first
almost
part is
6
3 hours and
over
40 minutes.
Yeah, they
Go
added
fuck
like an
yourself.
hour longer to that movie and then like 40 minutes to the second one.
Longer
That's
is not going to make
insane.
it better.
But
No
I
lie.
have heard it's paced a lot better now. But you just have to live more in a world that sucks.
You guys are sadists.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to watch.
Oh, I'm
that.
watching it.
I didn't even watch part 2. Part 1 was that.
Oh yeah, part 2's real bad.
You guys are psychos.
Yeah, so
I hope Josh Hartnett kills you.
probably I don't know which one you care about more, Borderlands or Cuckoo.
I don't think I'm going to see Borderlands.
Okay.
The newest trailer just made me real sad. But Cuckoo
Yeah.
looks cool.
Okay,
So.
cool.
I'm watching both. There's also I forget what it's called, but there's some movie with that guy from
That
Game
thing.
of Thrones. The one that was obsessed with Daenerys. What's that guy's name? It's
Oh,
on the tip of my
yeah.
tongue.
Who's also in Rebel Moon.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. I don't know. He's got some movie coming out, and
Wait, obsessed or not the one she was dating, right?
Dario
no.
Naharis?
no, not him. Sir
Oh,
Mormont?
Oh.
Oh,
Is that not his name?
Jorah Mormont.
Jorah,
Yeah. I don't know his actor's name.
That he's
Ian
in?
Glenn.
Yeah, Ian Glenn. Yes, he's in some movie, and I forget the description of it, but our theater's gonna get it. And it sounds kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
It's like World War II, and he's like helping, or World War One, and he's like helping people. I don't know.
I saw a thing. It was like about people trying to transport Hitler's body across like a war-torn Europe. Then they get attacked by werewolves, and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome."
That's a movie coming out?
No, it's a movie that's out.
Oh, that does sound cool.
God, what's the title of that movie?
Wasteland instead of Wasteland.
It's edit that out, please.
I'll put a big bleep so no one can hear what you said.
Everyone's just going to assume it's racist.
This is, okay, good.
Something about the no man's land. Oh wait, that was World War One.
It's gonna
Come on,
happen.
Steve.
jump.
Anywho,
I know.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you want to get in contact with us, we are at WRPLpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads.
Great.
Yeah, hit us up. As always, I'm Ben.
And I'm Steve.
Oh, and Nick, do you have any socials you want to give out in case anybody wants to follow you?
I never do, but you know, for once I'll do it.
Okay.
I have Instagram, Nick's_library. It's just me posting reviews, stuff I buy, and if you're into that, movies, games, music, go for it.
Cool. All right. Thanks for being here, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And yeah, keep consuming.